Shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans?
Shenanigans, shenanigans, evil shenanigans.
Shenanigans, right?
Every time you vote and pass a law, you're not passing a law, you're passing a tax.
Yeah,
Okay?
pretty much.
So that's where I think what happens is when you have a person who is a conservative thinker, they think, I don't want new laws. I don't want new fucking garbages out here. I'm going to pay fucking $20 per garbage. They're going to get destroyed and ripped off and not used. I mean, our shit ended up in the ocean, right? So that didn't work. But it's costing me money. And it's, pinning me down and taking away a right. That's the way they look at it.
Still, 80% of the trash problem could get solved, though. I'm just saying, obviously, it's working other places with just as much population as we have.
No, it's not working any better anywhere else. Their shit ended up in the same garbage heap.
Oh man, they recycle things through the fucking roof in other countries. We're the only one that don't have stuff like that.
Well, what I'm saying though is,
they still have trash going into the ocean.
They collected it better than we did, but their trash.
They still sent it out on the barge.
That's right.
They still sent it out on the barge.
It just didn't make any difference. We got sold a bill of goods.
It's gonna be like Futurama when they just make a big ball of trash and launch it into space. It's gonna come back in a few hundred years.
There's literally ideas for that.
Yeah, I know. That's the scary part. It's like, yeah, they seen it on Futurama and they're watching their government. Bro, we could try that.
I think we should try it.
I think we should do that.
The best way to take our nuclear sludge and all of our garbage, all of our plastic, and just ship it off the earth, man. But here's the problem. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. What happens
It comes back.
if it spins the earth off its axis? Because
It has to be a pretty big-ass ball.
I agree. But remember, if you're on ice and there's zero friction, the only way to get to the edge is by what?
Moving?
Taking your clothes off and throwing them.
Oh, yeah, to push yourself back and everything, yeah.
Okay.
Like that, I watched one movie. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but his arm froze over and he broke his arm off and threw it so he can go back towards the ship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Isn't that a Liam Neeson movie?
Probably. It sounds Liam Neeson-ish. He was in outer space.
Oh, no, that wasn't Liam Neeson.
Like Astra, maybe, or something like I don't know.
No. I saw it too, and he threw it so he can get back.
Yeah, to the ship.
She threw it.
Was it Sandra Bullock?
Nope.
No, it wasn't that one. Interstellar?
I can't remember what the name.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I know she like broke her own arm off and threw it so she can go back to the ship.
That was the only way.
Yeah, and I'm like, God, I can't remember.
I saw it too. I just can't remember
like,
what it
see,
was.
It must not have been that impactful of a fucking movie, by the way, but I remember that part. But so we're launching giant balls of trash out into space. You're worried about them bouncing off something and coming back over.
I'm worried about the Earth shooting it off and moving us out of our axis.
Oh, well, I mean,
because we spin around the sun, right? In a certain distance,
yeah.
In a certain distance that kind of keeps us from getting.
So do you think that all
frozen.
the rockets that we've been sending off into space are doing that?
But they keep coming back, and there's not much mass.
Well,
because you got to remember, it's the percentage of the size of the mass that is going to affect the force.
Push, right?
Right. So if half our mass we threw, half our mass went that way, the other half would have to go the other direction. It would basically be an explosion splitting the planet.
Yeah, but you're thinking all one ball.
Yeah.
Like, let's set up 300 smaller balls. We'll just start an asteroid field. It'll take it. And the good news is, if there is other life on other planets, we're probably trying to take them out already with that.
And if we were smart, we'd do it every 6 months. That way we wouldn't be pushing ourselves out of access.
Yep.
Maybe we'd be offsetting the access push.
Maybe we start slaving global warming a little.
I say we shoot it towards the sun. Like, fuck.
It's going to melt, right? It's going to melt.
It'll just disappear.
It's going to melt. Nothing.
It doesn't even melt. It just disappears. Becomes nothing.
See, great idea. Shoot shit at the sun. What's going to happen?
Shannon for president.
Space
Force. Space Force is going to shoot shit at the sun.
And, where's the trash at? Nobody knows. It's gone.
Now, I got a feeling what's going to happen here in a few years. We're going to find out that we need all that plastic shit back because it's the only way to fix something. Right? Because
we were just kidding about plastic bags, man. Sorry.
No, I don't mean bag. I mean like we find out that plastic is the only thing that'll fix the ozone layer or some shit, and we'll have blasted it off into the sun.
Shit.
Damn it! We were a little too hasty with that whole.
Yeah, and it'll happen as soon as we start blasting shit off, too. It'll be like 2 or 3 years. We've been burning away plastic for the last 30, 40 years, and then it'll be like 2 or 3 years later. Ah, damn it.
Yep. We finally burned out plastic, and it was the only thing that could save us from the ozone depleting.
Now they have the plastic they can solve, though. So, I mean, we can't stop. Like I said, now that we realize that hemp plastic's a real fucking thing.
Dude, seriously.
Now that people are finally catching on, like, oh, there's other purposes? What?
Yeah. Well, the whole plan was when they legalized hemp, because even 100 years ago, when you still could, I don't know how long it's been illegal, but however long, they still made rope and clothes and all sorts of crazy shit out of it. It was like it was kind of staple, I know, at one point.
Native Americans. That was
Everybody.
a big deal, yeah.
Oh, when the colonizers came here, they used the shit out of hemp. It
Yeah,
was
they're
easy.
like, what? What? This?
It's that Kentucky no-high. I mean, growing up, that's what all the old guys like.
And you can smoke it.
No, the old guys used to call it Kentucky no-high.
Yeah.
Because, it's that pot you get out there in Kentucky. Well, it's fairly native because it's hemp. It's not actual marijuana.
Yeah.
So
it's just naturally dirt weed.
yeah. But I guess it's super strong for making stuff. So
Rope, hemp, plastic, clothes. They make the bricks out of it now to build fucking homes. That's like, it's already pre-insulated and water or weather resistant. Like,
well, these guys, yeah, the hempcrete and the hemp insulation. My kids worked on a hemp farm the beginning of last summer, and that's what they do is they sell it to a guy whose company makes hemp walls and like insulation and stuff. And I thought it was genius.
yeah, and with how fast hemp grows, we're not gonna have a problem making plastic if we can make plastic out of it.
Well, you can grow hemp in so many different environments. I mean, it's not.
And fast.
Yeah, it's not just like here. I mean,
Yeah.
we get dank pot here.
We
but-
just have the area for it. We have the space for it. We're
Yeah.
still rural enough to where we actually have people that can grow the acres they need to. You know what I mean?
Well, my brother, he works for a company, and they decided that this year, instead of planting the flowers that they typically plant every year, they did a couple fields of hemp. And I was telling him that this is probably the first of many fields that they're going to do, due to the fact that there is a huge, huge market for the hemp right now, and it's just going to grow. Like once they mainstream this stuff to where they're seriously Coke bottles are made out of hemp plastic. It's over.
Could you imagine if they
over.
got Coke on board right now?
It's over.
It'd be done.
There'd be no
It'd be
plastic
done.
left ever.
Ever. It'd be done if they got Coke on board right now. Just a big conglomerate like Coca-Cola on board. Even if it was one of their small products, you know what I mean? Like this is a Coke Zero recycled, whatever the fuck they want to call it, or whatever, you know what I mean?
But it'd be big enough for them to build the facilities to make it and to mainstream it. Once it's mainstream, then it will be less expensive and more people will have
Well,
it.
see, and like I said, once you drop, I mean, sodas are only 99 cents half the time anyway, you
Yep.
know what I mean? Now you're dropping down to 79 cents.
Yep.
Pepsi's got to compete. They're going to have
All
to
of
do the
them.
same damn thing.
All
You know
of
what I mean? I mean, I don't know what other soda brands there are. I just know there's Coke and Pepsi.
Well, the soda brands don't matter. What matters is the fact that someone says, hey, we'll do it just to be green, and find out that maybe the cost is a little high to begin with, but over time,
Oh, it'll be
maybe
less.
there's no deposit.
Oh, people will be buying the living shit out of that. If you put
There
water
would be no
bottles out there
deposit.
with no deposit, I guarantee it's done. It's over.
Because they're biodegradable. So what you would do is you would have a compost area in your home. I mean, we have a compost area here. You know, like I said, we live rural, and in a big city, you know, you could do like you talked about. Just you don't even have to recycle them regularly. You can throw them in anything you want.
In the trash can, they're going to be
It's just going to
biodegradable. And
it'll break down.
Yeah.
You can recycle it, and if they get it and they're able to use it again, great.
What does it take, like 9 months?
It
Something
was
like
like
that for
6 months or
6 months for plastic to break down, which
Yeah.
is crazy. But does that affect the shelf life?
I don't know how that works.
So there has to be something with the shelf life.
Well, and there just may be a coating. Something important happen in this world?
You mean shenanigans?
Shenanigans. Evil shenanigans.
Shenanigans, right?
Shenanigans.